Hey, everybody. So, we're continuing our conversation today about Saturn, and it just so happens, coincidentally, that Saturn is going to be moving into the sign of Pisces on March 8th for the first time in about 27 years. So, it's going to stay there for about 2.5 years. And as Saturn's all about structure, discipline, and work, Pisces is dreamy, it's mystical. So for the next 2.5 to 3 years, we'll be in this energy of making dreams a reality. This is the perfect time to start manifesting your heart's desire. So in a few minutes, I'm going to tell you exactly what this transit means specifically for your Pisces placement based on the house that it's in. But first, I want to just go over this chart because this person's getting ready to have her second Saturn return. So just to recap, what a Saturn return is, every 29 years from the time that you're born, you get what's called a Saturn return because it takes Saturn 29 years to round the solar system to get back to the place where it was on the day that you were born. So you usually start feeling the effects of your Saturn return around the ages of 27, 28, 29. Then you have a second Saturn return around your late 50s. You're going to see on this chart that this person's Saturn sits at 24 degrees Pisces in the 11th house. And this is all about serving the collective and figuring out where you fit in with all of it. And for you specifically, I pulled your progressed moon chart. And I know that probably most of you here don't know what that is, but progressed moon chart it's a predictive tool that we use to gauge what your emotional body is going through. And it also dictates what sort of energy you're subconsciously attracting. So it moves in and out of each zodiac sign approximately every 2.5 years. Okay. So your progressed moon just moved into the sign of Capricorn on December 7th, 2022. So literally a couple of months ago, it just switched signs. And what is the ruling planet of Capricorn? Saturn. So you're probably starting to see a pattern here. So this is huge. This is just really huge energy for you specifically. You're going to feel like a caterpillar building a chrysalis so that you can become the butterfly. And this is a good time for you to manifest, but you got to be disciplined about it and take it slow if you need to. Your progressed moon is in an introverted phase, and it's going to be that way for the next couple of years for you as you're transforming. So Saturn's asking you to go inside. When I say go inside, just be still sometimes. When you feel overwhelmed, you might want to do a meditation just to relax yourself. Do some candle gazing when you get stressed out. What that means is you just take a candle, you light it, and then you just sit there in stillness in the dark with a candle in front of you, and you just stare into the candle and you just empty out your mind. And also, if you feel like you're stressed out, ask your spirit guides for help. Not everybody knows this. We all have spirit guides that are constantly hovering over us, but they're not going to help us out unless we specifically ask them out loud for help. What you can just say is, look, I know you're there. Just help me, show me the way, show me the right path. Please take this burden off of me. This is if you're feeling really stressed out. But right now, between March 8th and the next 2 to 3 years, this is a huge window of opportunity for you to really figure out and rebuild what needs rebuilding in your life for you, and everything that is around you and within you that no longer serves you to help you get to a higher version of yourself. All of that is going to be flushed away by Saturn over these next 3 years, but only if you are patient with yourself and you do the work. And this is huge. I'm super jealous because you have the wind at your back. This is awesome stuff. All right, so let's get into the houses for everybody else that's in the room. If Pisces is in your first house, this is how this Saturn transit is going to be affecting you. So if it's in the first house, it's about the self. And what that means is some of you may radically change how you look. Maybe you're changing your hair color. Maybe you're losing some weight. Maybe you're having a major glow up at this time. But these changes are going to reflect who you are and how you feel about yourself on the inside. Okay, that's the difference. Okay, second house. If Pisces is in your second house, this has to do with, of course, money, valuables. So for you, what you believe is valuable could change during this time. Okay, or the way that you handle your money could change. So for instance, instead of spending your money on frivolous things, you might want to start spending your money on donating to a cause, for instance, or investing instead of spending frivolously. So that is for people who have Pisces in the second house. For third house, Pisces, this has to do with the mind and communication. And so during this time frame, you're most likely going to be challenged to figure out what you really believe. Okay, this has to do with your belief system. You may be forced to stand up for what you believe in and to voice your opinions on a very important matter in your life. Okay, so be prepared for that. If Pisces is fourth house, this has to do with home, your family, and just think about your roots. So what this is asking you to do during this time is to work out the past and take a little bit of responsibility for things that may have gone south between you and some of your family members, specifically your parents. And this is the time for you to turn your wounds into wisdom. Okay. All right. And then for others with this placement, this may just literally mean that you're building your family. You're adding to your family, however you want to take that. Okay. Having a baby. All right. So fifth house, Pisces. This is about romance, sex, fame, fun. So when Saturn makes its transit into Pisces, this is how it will affect you. I think what you're going to do is you're going to make a career out of what you think is fun. That's a possibility. All right. And sixth house, Pisces, is all about service. During this time, your job could take on more responsibility to be more service oriented for the masses. Okay. So you're going to need to take care of yourself during this time and get enough rest. Make sure that your nutrition, your diet is on point, because you're going to need a lot of energy over these next 3 years, 2.5 to 3 years. Okay. Seventh house. This is about traditional commitments. This one's a little bit boring, but so your beliefs might change as far as what you believe in for traditional commitment. Okay, so in other words, if you've been dating somebody for 100 years, you might want to push them into getting married or vice versa. Yeah. Eighth house. This is about the unseen, what goes on behind closed doors, taxes, investments, secrets. This one's kind of a warning. If you're involved right now in something very secretive that hurts other people, what you need to do during this transit, during this time, is to try to get away from that as much as you can, because what's going to end up happening with Saturn, because remember, Saturn is the police, Saturn's the disciplinarian, things that have been kept a secret, a lot of those secrets are going to start coming out. You're going to see this happening all over the world, by the way. It's not just what happens with you. It's what happens with you is also what's happening going on out in the world with the collective. So just try to stay away from controversy and secrets that damage other people. Okay. Ninth house. This has to do with your belief system. higher education, travel, adventure. This one is similar to the third house, where you're going to have to stand up for what you believe. Okay. All right. 10th house. So this is the house of career, how you're making money or how others see you in your job. These things may change. You also might feel the need to share your wisdom with coworkers, or if you're an owner of a company, you might feel the need to share your wisdom with people who work for you in order for them to become better so that you can grow as a company. Okay. The 11th house, this is about, again, serving the collective. It's about large organizations, human rights, technology. And what Saturn is asking you to do is to ask yourself, how are you fitting in to something that serves humanity? Okay. 12th house, the unknown. It's also the house of spirituality. And as I said the other night, it's also, oddly, the house of institutions, jails, and hospitals. So what Saturn is asking you here is, what is the goal? Are you going to gravitate towards developing your higher self, or are you going to go in the other direction and sneak into things like addiction, self-pity, and escapism? So you have a choice to make if Pisces is in your 12th house here. So there you have it. There you go. This is the whole shaboo shebang. So I hope it's been helpful. Next week, we're going to be looking into our North Node mission in this lifetime. So that's really cool stuff. All right. And have a great weekend. I'm not going to be posting anything over the weekend. I'm going to be taking a little bit of a break. So I will catch up with you all on Monday. All right. Bye.